and rearranged your desk. Getting your pen facing perfectly due north, because you know that rejection is so much sweeter when your pen is facing due north. And you sat there half a day, watched 3 cat videos, looked around on Facebook, and didn't talk to anybody. The pipe is life. See, the thing about military recruiting is that the more people you talk with, the more people you're going to recruit, the more people you're going to enlist. In your world, the more people you talk with, the bigger your business is going to grow. The more people you talk with, the more lives you're going to write, the more annuities you're going to write. That is the truth. And the truth does not ever go away. It's all about talking with people. I learned this early on in my life. We were talking about, we were having origin stories conversations at breakfast this morning. And when I was a junior in high school, I was looking for something easy to do. I played sports, and I was looking for an opportunity to essentially hang out with girls, because girls were the biggest population on the yearbook, and I figured I could go there, post some pictures, hang out with girls, everything would be good. So I joined the yearbook, and in the spring of my junior year, we get together with our sponsor. Her name is Mr. Rouse. She gets us all together, brings us in, and she hands us ad sheets. So the ad sheet would be a full-page ad, half-page ad, quarter-page ad, 8-page ad. Here's how much it costs. She gave us a quota, $300, gave us some instruction about selling, and then sent us off. We had to come back in a month with our checks. So I gather all my things up, and I go out onto the street, and the first place I walk into is Hall's Hardware. So Paulette taught you yesterday, so one of the things you want to do is prospect. That was number 1 on the place, right? Number 1 on the place is prospecting, and prospecting you want to talk to the people that you know. You want to talk to the people that you know, and then you want to talk to the people that you don't know. I took a play out of Paulette's book and started talking to people that I know. So I walked into Hall's Hardware. Mr. Hall had been at my house the night before. He was a good friend of my dad. I walked up to him, and I did exactly what Mr. Rouse told me. I had dressed nicely. I walked up to the counter. I stuck my hand out. I said, Mr. Hall, my name is Jeb Blunt. He knew me. My name is Jeb Blunt. I'm from the Harlem High School yearbook staff, and I was wondering if you might like to buy an ad in the yearbook. And he says, sure. And he goes behind the counter. They don't have these anymore. You send stuff through Venmo now, but back then there were things called checks. And business checks were longer than personal checks. He gets the book out, he puts it up on the counter, and he pulls it over. Boom. He says, how much for a full pager? I told him, and he wrote the check out, handed it to me. Sales crack. That was the moment. Sales crack. That was the moment that I fell in love with selling. If I could just walk out and ask people for money and it will give me money, I wanted some more of that. So I got motivated. I went down to Gurley's grocery store. I knew those folks. And then I went to Chicken Taters. And let me tell you something, you have not lived until you have come to Harlem, Georgia and had some Chicken Taters. I sold that place. I sold the U-Car place. I went to the other town, Road Town, that was across the tracks, where my girlfriend lived at the time, who's my wife now. It was on the other side of the tracks. I sold to the police department, I sold other places, and then I went over to a bigger city, a whole lot of people that I didn't know, and I started calling all the car dealerships, and I started getting money in. My parents thought I was dealing drugs, because usually I was on the couch in the afternoons watching Gilligan's Island, but I was gone. And I came back a month later, we all sat down, Mr. Rouse said, how much did you sell? And most of the people hadn't even sold $300. They had gone home to their family, the people that they know, and they had said, you know, could you buy an ad, Mom? And Mom wrote an ad. Oh, Paulette, you're so amazing. We love you. It's awesome. Best years are ahead of you. And that's all they got. They came to me. How much did you sell? $3,500 in ads. Oh. Now, the thing is that I was a baby elephant that no one had ever put chains on. Most of the people in the class had been through this before. I was new. I didn't even know it was a bad thing. They didn't like to go cold call. I just thought that was what you were supposed to do. So when people started giving me money, I was like, this is good. I can keep score. I like keeping score. I want to be competitive. That's what we want to do. So what I learned is that I'm capable of going out and talking with people if people don't know. But let me tell you what I love the most. What I love the most was that when I said $3,700, there was a gasp. And people recognized that now I was big man on campus. That I was able to accomplish anything, like I was able to sell anything. And Mr. Rouse made me the editor of the yearbook. Yes, that is an 80s haircut. That is a full-on mullet, business in the front, party in the back, members only jacket, 2 shirts on, pop collars. I did that. Out there, Jose, you got on your thing, Gladiator, we're making an impact forever, right? That's always there, forever. Because I outsold everybody. Oh. Always. So, I got no chains. I'm an unchained baby elephant. I go out into the world, and folks, this is me for 20 years. I rise through corporate America. I outsell everybody. I've got every trophy you can imagine. I'm talking about, I'm on Fortune 500 sales teams. I'm the #1 person alive. I rise through the ranks.